I know you can't see my face. It's because we're in public.
It's also cold.
It's also cold. And we're trying to escape Rona. We finally made it to Glacier Point. I promise there's a person somewhere under all of this. Driving here was interesting. I honestly don't know if I've done any mountain driving in my life. So this is an accomplishment by itself that we made it here alive.
Wish you told me that before you started, before right now.
Nope, I wasn't going to tell you that.
Okay, well.
But I thought about it and I was like, when was the last time I drove on a mountain?
Maybe I'll drive down then.
No, I can drive now. I drove here fine.
Yeah, you did.
Alex doesn't believe in me. Anyways, Glacier Point is this place you can come to see all of the like major sites, I think. Or you could get a good view of Yosemite. So you can get a good view of Half Dome here. What are the other points?
So let's see, we got Half Dome over here. We got Mount Starman, Mount Star King, I think it was. It said it on the map over there.
Star something. Do your research.
Got Half Dome here.
And we're at the X?
We're here at this X.
Okay.
Then we have Half Dome. B is Cloud Rest, just past Half Dome. Mount Watkins over here. Over here, can't see it from where we are right now, but this is El Cap. I think we were down there, right along these beaches, basically.
Where this like faux river is.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell.
This place is so big.
Yeah, we might have been further up when we got out. I think we hiked below this, because the trail that winds all the way down to the bottom from up here crosses over that X, like crossway that we took left at yesterday.
You feeling like you're up way too high?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous.
So pretty.
Take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
We're sitting in this amphitheater type area. So we're eating lunch. Even though it's 10:55.
It's like 2 our body's time.
Yeah. It's 2 p.m. Eastern, so our bodies are like, where is lunch?
Yeah.
So we had to move from that spot because there was a bee attacking my face. And I don't like that. And Alex wasn't saving me. He was just like, don't move. Let it gnaw off your ear.
No. Swatting it just makes it angry.
Well, I wasn't swatting it. I was just trying to move so it wouldn't go in my ear.
Oh no, I was saying that I didn't know how to help you without swatting it, and I didn't want to make it angry.
I'm angry.
Well,
You happy with yourself?
I mean, I made sure you didn't get stung, so yeah.
Are those the stinging kind?
Yeah. I mean, bees are, if they're not big and stupid and fuzzy, then they're the stinging kind.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. I hate bugs. Wow.
This tree decided that it wanted to be too a little late in its life.
Oh, it does split up at the top. It's kind of cool. So what's your favorite part about Yosemite so far?
Probably this view.
Yeah, Glacier Point.
This Glacier Point's view is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I would say if you're like not someone that likes to be super physical,
Oh, Glacier Point's great for that.
Glacier Point is good for that because you can just drive all the way to the top. You can hike to the top, I think, but you can drive all the way to the
Yeah, there's
point.
a 4-mile hike that comes up here.
Yeah.
If you're not super comfortable with mountain driving, maybe don't come during like the winter or any kind of time that it'll be snowy, because it looks like they don't plow the road on the way up here.
Yeah.
And it's also real windy, and it gets to the point where it's like speed limit 15 miles an hour right near the end.
Yeah. So I don't think I told Alex I've really never done any mountain driving before. So I didn't want him to be worried. And also he's done a lot of driving already. So I didn't want you to be fatigued.
Okay.
So I drove all the way up here. And like the last bit is just like you really can't go any faster than like 15 miles an hour or you're gonna tumble, I guess.
Yeah.
It was an interesting drive though. It's really pretty up here.
Like, it's the kind of drive that even in the passenger seat, I don't feel comfortable unless I'm looking at the road, seeing what's coming next.
You were like trying to enjoy the view, and then you're like, nope,
Yeah.
I want to watch where we're going.
Yeah, every time I was like, I want to know if we're about to crash. Like, that's... which is nothing to say about your driving. It's just the kind of road.
Right.
Wow.
Yesterday, we saw some bears.
Yeah.
The end. No.
Good job. Well done.
No, so I've never seen a bear before in person.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to hike all the way up to El Cap.
Yeah, there's like a little hiking trail off the main one.
And it seemed to take forever, but finally we got to some sort of fork that led us to different parts of where El Cap is supposed to be. And it was just like rocks.
Yeah, it was like rock scrabbling.
It went from a trail to just like rocks.
This is the trail that like rock climbers use to get to El Cap, so
yeah.
I don't think it's meant for those who are not terribly experienced
and we're
hikers.
not rock climbers.
Yeah.
If you guessed. So then after that long hike and then getting to the rock scrabble that wasn't even a trail, we were like, let's take a break because it was steep and strenuous.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were sitting down, I saw like some movement from something on all fours. And I was like, is that a cat?
Yeah, she's like, wildcats.
I was like, is that a wild cat? I was thinking like mountain cat or I don't know.
Mountain lions or...
Anyways, I hopped up real quick, grabbed my bag. I was like, Alex, there's a wild cat. And he's like staring off into the distance. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so I...
just don't move.
Side,
just sit there.
From my side, I saw something black in the distance, but there was a guy earlier who was climbing ahead of us in a black t-shirt, and I thought it was him.
On all fours.
I didn't see all fours. I just saw the back of what looked like a black t-shirt to me. And so she's like, wildcat. And I'm like, where? I clearly saw a guy in a black t-shirt. Where is she seeing a wildcat?
Yeah, you gotta get your vision checked. Because I saw something on all fours and I was like, that ain't a person.
It didn't register as all fours.
So we were like literally, finally it clicked in his head. He's like, that's a bear. And I'm like, why are you still sitting down? But mind you, we're not in a place where we can run because we're literally just standing on rock scrabble.
Yeah, I mean...
And there's nothing but like trees, bushes, and rocks around us. And there were no people at that point. And we have no weapons on us because we flew to get out here. So you can't just like take weapons and stuff on the plane.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well... And we were 3 of them. It was a family.
Yeah. Mom and 2 cubs.
And you know, we've all heard those bad stories of like, well...
grizzly bears defending their cubs.
Yeah, grizzly bears making sure that their cubs are okay. And, you know, it's not like we can be like, negotiate with the bears. Be like, hello, we come in peace. Like, they just see predators, you know? Yeah,
I mean... I have some experience with black bears, but I've never seen brown bears before.
I've never seen a bear, y'all. That's why I said it was a wildcat. Yeah. But yeah, that was scary. So we were like, and mind you, we were supposed to take a break because we were tired. We were like literally in the worst type of situation.
I got like dried apricots out, Like, I'm just like, great, now
So we
I've
didn't
got
have
food
any.
out.
I'm like, if I gotta run, what energy am I gonna have left? We just did this, like, how many miles do you think we hiked at that point?
At that point, we were probably 6 or 7 miles in.
But so there were three of the bears, and so we were in higher ground, which was nice because at least we get like a
Yeah, we can keep an eye on them.
keep an
easier.
eye on them. And so we basically just watched them cut across in front of us.
And we walked the opposite direction they were walking.
I was like, well, I guess our break is over. It lasted like 30 whole seconds. And we just like scrounged our way further up the rocks that we didn't feel like going up on. And finally we like cut across these like bushes. It wasn't really even a trail at that point. And saw some people were like,
We're just gonna go towards them.
yeah, they're walking on twos, not fours. Those are people. As we're walking through the trail, way before we saw the bears, Alex was like, you know, I was talking about how cool it is that we, even though, you know, the thing is going around and there were really bad times, we're making the most of our situation because we're coming here, we don't have that many crowds. Like, it's really nice to be out here in nature and not feel like it's super touristy and commercialized when it usually is, from what I've heard. And so he's like, yeah, but you know, the lack of people means that wildlife is like probably
More active.
And you know, I was like, you know what, I didn't think of that. So I was immediately on edge from that. And then he like backtracks. He's like, well, I don't see any signs
I
of
really
anything.
hadn't seen any bear signs.
And I was like, all right, but I'm already on edge. And so
Of course, I do the thing that would make me more comfortable, which is, let's go in depth explaining how to spot if a bear's been around.
yeah, so he did that, which was nice, but it didn't help us when we sat down
Yeah.
to take a break because per your signs that you gave me, I didn't see any signs.
Yeah, there was no, and I'm not like an expert bear tracker.
No,
but,
he's not an expert, y'all, but he's like,
but I got a few tricks to spot if they've been in the area.
he's studied forestry and stuff.
Yeah.
So he knows a little bit more than the average person.
They're mine.
Anyways, we made it alive. Y'all were here to witness it. And now we're just chilling, looking at a screensaver in real life.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.